The adoption of English-speaking talkies posed a real problem for the Latin American markets, which wanted to hear talking films spoken in their own language. Dubbing was still not an efficient and known commodity, and those studios that had the biggest interest in that market turned to doing secondary productions of their major films in Spanish versions for that market. Dracula was one of these pictures.
Soy Drácula. No podía usted ser más oportuno. No sé lo que pasaría con el cochero, con mi equipaje. Con todas esas cosas, creí que me había equivocado de casa.
The Spanish version of Dracula, directed by George Melford, was produced by Paul Kohner, an ambitious young protege of my uncle. His overall enthusiasm for the film may have had something to do with his feelings for his leading lady, the beautiful Mexican ingenue Lupita Tovar.
So the cast for the English version would come in the morning, started shooting at 8 o'clock, and the Spanish cast will come in the evening. We shot all night long till next morning because we use exactly the same sets.
Apparently what happened was that the initial crew, Browning's crew, would shoot these sequences. The second crew, the Spanish crew, would look at them and say to themselves, we can do better than that. And they would go and they would do better.
Something so incredible. I mistrust my own judgment. Mire.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to give any acting awards to Carlos Villarreal. But overall, the Spanish film is a real delight for film buffs because it's kind of like discovering all these fascinating new rooms in a familiar old house. And it's full of these wonderful optical effects and visuals that really seem ahead of their time.
What we do see in the Spanish version is, among other things, a much more artistic, a much more innovative use of camera movement in those early talkies, and that's not what we get in the Lugosi version at all. The camera movements are far more fluid, there's far more of them. It's a more lively film to watch unfold before your eyes than the Lugosi film. One only wishes that Lugosi had been directed in like fashion as the Spanish version.